Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Flux Dev meeting. Today is June the 17th. I'll be your host for today. Just general housekeeping before we begin. We abide by a code of conduct. In short, just be excellent to each other. If you can add yourself into the attendees on the meeting notes, which I pasted in that Google Doc, that would be awesome. I just kind of copy pasted the agenda right now. So I don't see Michael on the line. So image update, automation update. Yep. I feel docs updates. I haven't really got anything for that at the moment. So I think that probably leads us into the next things on this, which will be, Kingdon. If you want to chime in on that.
We promised that we would support Flux v1 on Kubernetes 1.22 as it goes forward, and that means we have to drop the beta CRD and replace it with v1 and some other things, no doubt. So I'm working on that. The release is forthcoming, or the pre-release will be forthcoming at least. And I've written here about a possible bug scrub meeting that we can have. I've been developing some process around how to systematically attack the Flux v1 issue queue, and I'd like to scale it out to more repos. So with the help of volunteers, maybe. The meeting isn't scheduled yet, but we can discuss timing. Anyone who's interested?
Yeah, we can.
And we can also do it asynchronously if that's what we decide we want to do. There's a spreadsheet that drives the process. So divide and conquer. The spreadsheet for me makes it easier to not backtrack. You can mark things as already visited, and then you just don't check that one again, and you check it off for this week or this month, however often we decide we want to do these bug scrub meetings. For anyone who wasn't here last week, the bug scrub concept comes from SIG-CLI. They have a monthly meeting with a format that is similar to, I haven't actually attended one of the SIG-CLI bug scrubs, so I can't speak to exactly how they do it, but
could we also I'd be keen to help out a little bit with this bug scrub thing and helping y'all get bootstrapped. I think it would be good if we could send a couple messages out to Flux contributors and Flux Slack channels, oh, hey, we're starting this new thing up, so come check it out. Or perhaps sending out a doodle poll just to check people's availability times if we're going to do a meeting kind of style thing, like a kickoff kind of thing. Yeah.
Cool. So there's a link to the issue where I wanted to start a discussion, but I'll broadcast that out to Flux community. That's it for me.
Cool beans. Next on the agenda, we have the Flux 0.15 ARM64 bug.
Sorry, is my time?
Yep, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. So we had released Flux 0.15.0 last week. And seems that we have a problem on the ARM64 nodes where source controller, one of the GitOps toolkit components, fails. So we've been trying to figure out what's going on with our build system after we've updated a bunch of packages like Kubernetes and Helm. Our conclusion is that there is something wrong with Alpine and GCC and the Go linker. So because we use libgit2 and C bindings, we can no longer build source controller with simply Go build. We have to use cgo, and we have to install the libgit2 packages from upstream. And it worked okay on Alpine for a while, but after the last update, it started failing. We've been trying to figure out what's going on. We weren't managed to figure out exactly what's wrong with the Go linker. And to unblock everyone, today we made the decision to drop Alpine. We've replaced the source controller base image with Debian Slim. And looks like the build works okay on ARM 32-bit, 64-bit, and AMD 64-bit. Thank you, Kingdom, for testing the ARM images. We are also patching Helm, so there is a CV published for Helm, and we are going to update the Helm packages today, and then make a patch release for Flux to fix both the ARM64 issue and the Helm CV. Yet another issue in Flux 0.15, we've changed how garbage collection works. There are controllers out there like the Kafka controller and MySQL controller and other controllers that what they do is from their custom resource, they copy labels which are placed there on the custom resource to all the things they generate. For example, Kafka pods. Now, Flux, every time you change something in Git, it updates a label called checksum to be able to do garbage collection. So what Flux does, it looks at the cluster and queries all the objects that were previously reconciled. It compares the checksum. If the checksum differs, what that means is that particular object was removed from Git, so it has to be removed from cluster as well. Now, the issue with the Kafka, MySQL, and so on controllers is the fact that they copy also the checksum label, and Flux will see those objects as being subject to garbage collection. So it wipes the whole thing. Now, in order to fix that, we've discovered that, okay, all these controllers only copy labels and they don't copy annotations. So we have moved our garbage collection marker from labels to annotations. And that fixed these controllers, but it broke Flagger because Flagger does filtering for labels, but doesn't do filtering for annotations. And as with annotations are used for A/B testing, routing, and other stuff. For example, the Nginx ingress controller uses annotations. Flagger has to copy all these annotations from one object to another. And today we are going to make a patch release for Flagger as well, where we detect the Flux markers, the annotations, and we don't copy them to our generated objects like ingress things, deployments, and all of this stuff. So by the end of today, both Flux and Flagger will be released with those fixes, and they will work together again nicely. That's it from me.
So yeah, I Yes, this is a part of the meeting where it's just kind of open floor. So if there's something you'd like to discuss or reports you'd like to share, now's the time. Otherwise, yeah. Yeah, we can't hear you. But if you just come over here and speak for a moment, actually. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, do it. So, here you go.
Yeah, did we want to
So do we want to continue using Alpine?
After all the trouble we've been through, I think we should drop it and go with Debian. I'm quite scared of CGO, and since that Alpine has its own stuff with muscle and everything, I don't know, I think Debian is a safer bet, even if the images are larger, like 2 times in size, instead of 25 megabyte compressed size is 50 megabyte. But also Kubernetes, I think, uses Debian Slim and many other controllers. So there is a big chance that you already have that layer on your Kubernetes nodes. So you'll only download our controller binaries, not the whole thing. So it should be really, should have no real impact on the network usage.
Cool.
Yeah, it sounds.
That sounds good. Yeah.
But I do think we should report these issues somewhere, I don't know, on the Go project, because the linker is definitely broken on Alpine. And I don't think the packages that come from Helm have something in there that's not compatible with Go, because yeah, Helm builds. I think there is definitely a bug in the linker or something with CGO on Alpine. I cannot point where it is, but something is there definitely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Kubernetes on Alpine with Seago itself might have issues.
Yeah, I mean, what we could do is, just import the Kubernetes packages or Helm that ports them, and have a minimal Docker file that proves that the build fails. Have a different Docker file that adds the gold linker and prove that, hey, now AMD64 fails. It doesn't fail to compile, it fails to run, which is way, way worse.
Yeah.
And submit that, I don't know, to the Go team as an issue. I've seen there are some changes in Go 1.17 around linkage, but we've tried that. We've tried to use the beta release, and it fails the same. So whatever changes are in there, it doesn't fix this particular issue.
Okay, so it might be an unreported issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've searched for days in all issues on their mailing list. We didn't find anything remotely close to what we have. I found issues, very old issues on the Ubuntu Stack Overflow, I think, And the solution was, hey, add the Go linker and everything works. But clearly there's not a solution because
Yeah,
with the
right.
Go
So
linker only works on ARM v7. So
yeah, it's definitely moved past that and the issues that it's having.
yeah, so Alison, if you want to that or anyone else, I'm for
Yeah, I was just
reporting.
curious about the issue. So
by the way, this on the line with me is Tyler. Yeah, if you're just kind of a bit flexed, yes, and why I've just suddenly changed point. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I just overheard the Alpine issue and I just got curious. So I was just wondering if it's something I could help with. So
Yeah.
I'll still keep on playing around with it just for fun. But yeah, it's good to hear that you actually circumvented the issue.
Yeah, I mean, we live on the bleeding edge. We always update to the latest Kubernetes as soon as it's released. Not every project does that. I have a feeling that many other projects run into this issue. Alpine is quite popular. So
yeah, definitely.
Someone else will hit this issue for sure. And I wish they will not spend 1 week chasing all this stuff like we did. So if we can help anyone else by creating an issue somewhere on the Go or the Alpine repo.
Heads up.
Yeah, so people will find out. We can say there, hey, our solution was to drop Alpine. There was no way around it. We cannot wait for a fix because Flux is broken. A lot of people are switching to ARM64, especially on AWS and other cloud vendors. So it's really a very urgent issue for us. We are going ahead with this patch to fix the problem for our users. But that's.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Thanks. Well, I guess if there's does anyone else have anything they'd like to chat about? I see some people have kind of joined in on the line, so if there's something that wasn't in the agenda earlier, we can, I guess, bring it up now. You got.
The only thing, sorry I was late, everyone. The only thing I wanted to add to this before it's totally closed out is, Stefan, yesterday we had talked about potentially having, editing the release, the GitHub release, and just making a note on there. So to kind of help folks avoid frustration with the release where the ARM64 artifact is going to fail. Just make a note about that. And you said, yeah, that sounds great. And perhaps link to whatever issue we create. Would we want to link to the issue that you're just mentioning that we may make in the Go project or another project?
No, we are going to link to the new release because we have a fix and we are going to release it now.
Right. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. That's it for me. Just hi, everyone, and thanks.
All right. Any other items we'd like to chat about today?
Not from me.
All right. I'm going to take the silence and the muted mics on the line as a sign to close this meeting off. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming today. I'll see y'all next time on the next installment of
Bye.
the meeting. Ciao.